Well, hello there, Minecrafters. Thanks for coming by. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new command block features of the Snapshot 15W34A, which is the fourth week of snapshots in the 1.9 update. So today was very exciting. Sarge finally revealed the mystery of the command blocks he's been working on. We now have three command block types. They are called, the traditional one's called the impulse. This is a one pulse command block. We have the chain command block. That's green. We have the purple one, which is the repeating command block. So they all have different uses. The traditional orange one, the impulse one, is a one pulse. That's what you get. One, basically the way they used to work, one command fired off. The green one does nothing. It absolutely does nothing unless it draws a command from one of the other ones. So we'll get into that later. But the purple one here, the repeating command block, is what we have been asking for the longest time, an actual clock inside one block. So all we have to do is power it and it will issue some commands. So you can see here when I type, because the button is only so long, the commands or the clock or the repeating command block only lets off as much as the button is pressed in. But if I power it fully, you'll see here it'll constantly go there. And if I type anything in, it's overtaken there. And then if I break that, it stops the clock. So that basically replaces set block and fill clocks. Now, the way these place are basically the same as pistons. If I grab one, you can see it's always facing me no matter what direction I am in. If I go up top, you can see here if I'm underneath, just like a piston. This is the face, the circle is the face. The backside is actually a square, and you can see we have an animated texture here now. That's kind of interesting. And then on the sides we have the arrows. Now, the arrows are an order of how the commands are going to execute, and that's a little bit of a change from how traditionally commands did execute, and how all the clocks, well, not all the clocks, but many fill clocks require XYZ coordinate order of operations. We can completely disregard that, and I'll go into that in a bit. But let's talk about these chain commands here. So basically, what I said, the chain command actually needs an impulse command block or a repeating command block to pull off some commands. They also have to be powered. So right now we have a say1 command all the way to say5. I'm going to power these. They do not have to be powered by a redstone block. They could be powered by anything you want. And you can see this one's going to power these, and this one's going to power these. And if I do this, it will execute all those commands in the proper order. This is interesting because I'm actually going towards the negative X direction, which goes against the way that we've been used to as map makers. We have to always go towards the positive direction. Now you need to get used to using these, and don't use your fill clocks in order of operations, because that actually could change at any point. In fact, Sarge said there was two separate occasions where they almost changed that default XYZ order of operations. Now, interestingly enough, if I power only one block, if I power like the last block, let's say end, and I'm going to depower those, and I'm going to power this, it's still going to travel through there and hit that last command. It's going to hit this command and this command because it's being powered by the button. But you'll see all these middle commands here that are well, they're nothing. Say 5, let's see, say 6. I'll say 6. It's not going to be, you can see there, it's not actually executed because it has to be powered. And you could just set block on here in your map or whatnot, just take off the block or depower it somehow, and then it would stop that from being set. Now, the other thing you can do, and this is by Sarge, he says this isn't really recommended unless you absolutely have to. If I grab an armor stand, I've got this little setup here, I can actually kind of trick Minecraft into thinking that these blocks are powered. So I've got, if I put armor stands here, and I have an armor stand, if I change this, anything below an armor stand, if I change it to powered 1B, if I execute it, then all of these, they don't have to be powered, but because Minecraft thinks they're powered, I can actually execute them. Again, that's not really recommended, but it's a possibility to maybe make your project compact. But anyway, that's basically how the chain command blocks work. And then finally, we have the repeating command block. And you can see here, I've got all of these in an order. So basically the arrow goes here and then hits the side of an arrow. It's going to go up to here, and then that's going to go over here, and then it's going to go over here. And we can now build these contraptions that kind of wrap around any direction we want. As long as I have them powered, here I'm going to issue this repeating command block, and you can see we've got some text in the chat, but it's actually going on and off and on and off. You can't even see my text go up there. As soon as I depower some of them, you can see it's not going to actually execute those commands. So depending on which command block you have feeding it, if it's an impulse, then that means the chain commands are going to be impulsed as they're, when I press this, if I turn this off, they're going to be impulsed once. And if I have a repeating command block, then they're going to repeat as that repeats. And that's basically how those new command blocks fire off and how they work. So very, very looking forward to playing around with this. I actually think this is going to save a lot of work. I know a lot of people are kind of hesitant about it because it doesn't necessarily revolutionize how fill clocks work, but when you go to think about how the order works and how possibly changing the order of operations of the XYZ coordinates could possibly break, this is definitely a better change for this. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and have a great day. Enjoy your Minecrafting.